Another question we get asked often is, can we place an offer prior to auction subject to finance?
Yeah, it's a really good question, something that does come up quite often.
Yeah.
Circumstances change and are different for every campaign. There's no two scenarios that will play out in the exact same way. However, most of the time, if offers would be considered prior to auction, then it would be required to sell under auction terms. So that would be unconditional contract signing.
Prior to placing your offer, if it is acceptable, building inspection, so that's an unconditional offer as Jeff mentioned.
Do school zones come into play when people are looking to buy?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously every school has their catchments. So if you have a plan on sending children to a certain school, definitely try and look at those catchments. They do shift, but if you can try and center yourself in the zone where you want to be, because sometimes depending on the school, like Jeff works heavily in that Cambridge area, if you're outside of that zone, you can't get in pretty much.
Correct.
So if you want to be in that school catchment, make sure you look in those certain zones and be wary of where the perimeters are, because they do sometimes shift from year to year. So Jeff, what are your key things to look at or key advice to give to a buyer when they're looking to purchase in a suburb that they don't really know?
I'd certainly be looking out for what the streetscape's like, what the neighbours look like. One common thing that we talk about in this office is you can buy a house, you can't buy your neighbours. So looking at how the homes, lawns, gardens are presented, you don't necessarily know who you're buying next door to.
Yeah,